Hello children, welcome to science class. I'm Rubia ma'am. I'm going to take science for you all. So let's start our second lesson, plant distribution. So do you see plants in and around you? Yes, right? Plants grow all over the world and they grow in a desert area, hill area and in and out of water. So to survive, they have to develop certain ways. We say they have adapted to local condition. So you can see the plants growing in a area where there is more rain, less rain and hardly any. So in all these places we see plants growing. For example, plants growing in a desert have to survive in desert condition. For this, they need special parts and a special way of functioning. As we know, a desert is a very dry place with a little water. And do you know, deserts are very hot during the day and cold at night. So the desert plants have to adapt to survive in such a condition. So what are the adaptation that a desert plants have undergone? Let's see in this chapter. Okay. The roots of desert plants have to grow deep or spread wide for what? To get the water from the ground. The roots of the desert plants have to grow deep inside the mud and spread wide to get the water from the ground. Now let us learn about the adaptation of one of the desert plant, cactus. Right? So when you hear the word desert plant, what comes to your mind? It is a cactus, right? So we are going to learn about the adaptation of cactus in today's class. Okay? So the cactus grow far apart from each other. They give off a chemical which slows down the growth of other cactus root. This stops other plants from growing close to them and taking their share of water. That is, if there are no plants in their surrounding, then the water in the surrounding can be used only by the cactus. Okay. So the plants usually lose water through their leaves. Do you think cactus is having leaf? No, cacti do not have leaves, so they do not lose water. Okay, they have spines instead of leaves. So you can see the spines here, right? So they have the spines instead of leaves. And cacti have thick, spongy, green stem in which they store water and prepare food. Okay. That is, the thick spongy green part of the cactus is not the leaf, it is the stem in which they store water and prepare food. Okay, they have the spines instead of leaves, I said, and these keeps animals away from it. So what we have seen, a cactus as a very thick stem that stores water in it, and its waxy coating helps prevent moisture loss. Okay, water loss. It prevents water loss, and some cacti have long roots that search deep underground for water. Okay. These are some of the adaptation of cactus to live in the desert. Not only in desert, the plants which are growing in other places also have to adapt to their environment. For example, the trees which grow in the forest grow tall and straight. The trees are all in competition with each other to reach the sunlight above. So to get the sunlight, they grow tall and straight. The climbing plants have long tendrils that twine themselves around the trees or some other support. Creepers usually grow flat on the ground, and parasitic plants cannot make their own food. Okay, the parasitic plants cannot make their own food. They grow on other trees and take energy from them. That is, the parasitic plants obtain their food directly from other plants which are known as host plants. Okay, for example, Rafflesia are total parasites, while plants like mistletoe are partial parasites. So mistletoe grows on the branches of tree. It has a green leaf, so it can photosynthesize, but it depends on its host plant for water and minerals. So some climbing plants have suckers. So they have the suckers which they use to take energy from the host plant. Okay, how do they take the energy from the host plant? It has a sucker by which they take the energy from the host plant. Okay, so some plants have developed ways to survive in water. So you have seen mangroves grow in swampy areas. That is, the mangroves are found in a place where there is more water. Okay, their roots poke up out of the water to take air. Okay, the stomata of a floating water plants also are on the surface of the leaves, not on the bottom, to take the air. In today's class, we have seen some of the adaptation of plants in different areas. Go through the video carefully, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So that's all for today. We'll meet you in the next class.